everyone. I am at an Airbnb in my hometown of Santa Barbara. We're just here for a day, and I slept without the babies last night, which was crazy. I really hurt him sleeping. I miss them so much. I miss little Flynn. I don't do well without my kids. Like the first time I went on a big trip away from Flynn, I think he was 2 years old, and I sobbed the entire time. Like I've dropped off Flynn at my parents' house before and like spent time away a little bit, but it's really hard with these tiny little babies. I'm like, I just want to get back to them. So we were there at my parents' house very late last night. We waited till everyone was asleep, and now it's the morning, and we're gonna go for a little tiny bike ride, and then we're gonna go straight to the babies because I miss them. Too long. 12 hours. It's too long.
Let's get on a bike.
We're gonna get on
2 minutes.
Goodbye. Here's our cute bikes. I haven't been on a bike in so freaking long. I'm actually really terrified. Are you scared of you riding a bike or of me riding a bike?
You riding a bike.
I know, me too. Guys, listen how out of breath I am from a really short bike ride. We rode those bikes for 15 minutes. Can't breathe. That's how out of shape I am. I'm trying to find, oh, there it is. I have to pack up my milk that I pumped overnight here and go see my babies. Let's see how many I got overnight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bags of milk, ranging from 3 ounces a bag to 6 ounces a bag.
Why are you so out of breath right now?
Because I rode a bike for 10 minutes.
I see something.
We found Flynn, and my mom wouldn't give up the twins, so the twins are napping at my mom's house, and we're gonna take Flynn to see the ocean, but we've run into a bunch of construction trucks. Flynn is very excited.
I'm so excited.
What do you see?
Dump truck.
He's so excited.
That one, we're at the beach.
What?
Construction trucks at the beach.
Construction trucks at the beach?
Yeah, you see they're working.
Oh my gosh!
At the beach.
Is this so cool?
Yeah, but look, the construction trucks are at the beach.
Is that so exciting?
Yeah, but the construction trucks are at the beach. They're at the beach.
Because there's the ocean right over there. It's so freaking pretty here. Every time I leave Santa Barbara and come back, I'm always impressed at how gorgeous it is here, and I can't believe I got to grow up here. So cool. I wish I could live here again. I'm so excited. It's low tide right now, which is my favorite. Maybe we'll see like a sea anemone, or we'll see a starfish. Do you need help? Oh yeah, this is Neato Mosquito. Daddy found a weird creature. Oh, what is that?
It's gonna bite me?
I don't know what it is.
What is that?
It might be a sea slug, a baby sea slug. I'm not quite
It looks
sure.
like some sort of like beetle.
I don't know. Someone will tell us in the comments.
It's
What is that?
freaky, man.
Maybe
See
it's
that,
a
Flynn?
snail without its shell.
It like was swimming. No, it's not that. But watch, it was like saw it like swimming.
A crawfish
See it?
or whatever this
I
one
thought it was a
was.
shrimp, but it's like some sort of bug.
Oh, cool. Isn't that cool, Flynn?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those before?
Yeah.
Flynn, oh yay, this is what I've been looking for.
I see one right here.
They're everywhere. Little sea urchins.
See this one?
Look at the blue one next to you.
Oh, the sea urchin. Wait, that's not a sea urchin. It's a.
Sea anemone.
I see it.
What'd you get, Flynn?
Look, see his claw coming out.
Tiny little crab in that tiny little shell.
Flynn, you caught that?
Yeah.
Let's see if it crawls away.
He's crawling away. Say bye-bye, crab.
Bye-bye, crab.
I loved low tide growing up here. You're sinking? It was like my favorite time to come to the beach growing up, because you get to see all the, like if you're lucky, you'll find a starfish. You find lots of seashells and sand crabs and sea urchins and like tons of cool things. And every once in a while you find a starfish. I don't think we're gonna find one today, but there's a lot of sea anemones, a lot of sea creatures, no starfish. But still, this is so fun. I wish I lived here. All right, here we go.
Ready for the game, Flynn? So you ready? You gotta get the ball. Ready? Ready? Come on.
You got it! Good job! We had so much fun at the beach, and now before we head back to the babies, we thought let's get some ice cream because some of my favorite ice cream in the world is McConnell's ice cream, and it started here in Santa Barbara. I'm pretty sure. I might be making that up, but I think that's true. So we're gonna go to McConnell's and get some ice cream.
Oh my God, who taught you that?
Oh yeah, baby. By the way, I'm just now realizing he's always wearing that beanie, and I don't want people thinking I make him wear my merch. He found that and is obsessed with it. Like all three of us wore it one day, and now every day he's like, my hat. He like loves it. I don't make him wear it. I've never asked him to wear it, just so we all are clear on that one. Okay, ice cream. Oh yeah. What'd you get, Flynn? Strawberry? Oh,
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara strawberry something.
Flight of the Concords, Barbara. Okay, everyone, it's very late at night, and I'm going to end this vlog with a little tortilla talk because you guys asked some great questions when I asked you to a couple days ago on my vlog. So here we go. Okay, tortilla talk question. Ever considered a night nurse or nanny? My cousin had twins and invested in one a few nights a week, and just so she could sleep straight through at least 2 nights, and it made a world of difference. Sleep is so crucial for us moms. You can't fill anyone's cup if yours is empty. So yes, I have considered a night nurse. I have considered nannies, babysitters, night nurses, anyone that wants to help me, I have considered. But the issue is it's not as simple as just like calling up a night nurse and be like, can you come over tonight? I have to go through like contracts and interviews and all this stuff to see if it's the right fit. And like we've been trying to find a nanny for like it's almost 6 months. Like it's not an easy, quick process. You have to make sure it's a good vibe, like that you trust this person with your children. It's like a long process. So yes, I want a night nurse, and we're looking into it. And now I think there's a fire under my butt even more to find a night nurse, because last night I spent the night here at this little Airbnb, and it was my first time away from the twins overnight. I went to bed at 2 a.m. and I slept for an hour, and then I woke up to pump. And then I fell asleep at 3:30 and I woke up at 8. That is 4.5 hours of solid sleep. That's the longest I've slept and the most I've slept basically since they were born. And probably before, because when I was pregnant, I wasn't sleeping at all either. And when I woke up after that 4.5 hours of sleep, I pumped 4 full bottles of milk and probably could have pumped more milk. You guys know, watching my vlogs, I've struggled so much with keeping up with breast milk for them, and it's been really, really hard, and it's been a huge stress for me. And I asked my doctor how I could produce more milk and any advice she had, and she said, you need sleep. Sleeping will help you make more milk. And I was like, well, that's not possible. I have baby twins. I'm not gonna sleep. Well, I also didn't believe her, even though I always should trust her because she's a genius. And she was right. Just getting 4.5 hours of sleep plus that 1 hour I slept before. So I did 1 hour and then 4.5 hour chunk. I cannot believe how much milk I pumped. I brought so much milk to my parents' house just from overnight. So now that makes me go like, oh my God, if I had a night nurse, I would pump so much freaking milk. So yes, I'm very much highly considering it. And I want one. It's just a long process. Tortilla talk question. Hi, Colleen. This is from Carly. Hope you're doing okay. If you're cool with it, could we get a breastfeeding journey update? Last we heard, Maisie had just learned to love the breasticle, but was super bad at feeding from it, and Wesley was still on the bottle. It's basically the same. They both will breastfeed from me, but they won't eat a full meal. So like, even if they breastfeed, they still have to have a bottle. That's how it's going. But Maisie likes it a lot. Like, she really likes to breastfeed. She's just not good at it. And Wesley like will do it, and then he just wants a bottle. So it's kind of like, it sucks to breastfeed, even though I love breastfeeding and I wish they would do it, but it sucks when I breastfeed because then I have to do both. I have to breastfeed them, and then after I'm done breastfeeding them, then I have to make a bottle for them and give them a bottle and then clean the bottle. It's like I'm doing double the work, you know? So it's like, it kind of sucks. Okay, just a couple more. I'm doing tortilla talk, Lovey. I don't think he can hear me. He was in the shower. He just got out. Tortilla talk question. This is from Olivia. I think the smell of babies' heads is heavenly. Hopefully I'm not alone because then I'll sound super weird. But my question is, can you tell a difference between Wesley and Maisie's smell? I think that's a very common thing. Like, a lot of people love the smell of babies' heads, like, or just the smell of babies. Yes, I love the smell of my babies, but babies just basically, my babies smell like their food. They smell like breast milk, and it smells good. It does smell good. Or if I put formula in their breast milk, they smell like the formula. The formula does not smell good. When they smell like formula, it does not smell good. So I can't tell the difference between their smells, but they feel so different. Obviously Wesley is much heavier than Maisie because he's huge compared to her, and she's like light like a feather. But I love holding them like over my shoulder like this and putting my cheek against their cheek, and their cheeks feel different. Like, you could put Maisie's cheek against my cheek and I'd know it was her, or Wesley's cheek against my cheek and I'd know it was his. Maisie's are like rounder and softer, and Wesley's are more dense. I guess, but still, like, I don't know. I can tell the difference. I could definitely tell the difference by like feeling them, but not from smell. Maybe their breath, I could smell the difference. Because I feel like Maisie always smells like puke. Her mouth always smells like puke because she's puked so much. Levy, guess what one of the Tortilla Talk questions is? It's from Kat, and it said, do you think Erik would ever be okay with you doing a video of his shoe collection? Love his fashion.
Of course they do.
Would you like to do a shoe haul someday with me?
Oh, no, I have too many shoes for that.
He does have too many shoes.
No,
Shoes and jackets.
I actually need to get rid of like.
I know.
Do they want them? Do they want some of them?
Are you gonna send them out? Because I'm not doing that. Okay, this is the last question I'll answer. Okay, Tortilla Talk question from Katie. How's your incision doing a few months after your C-section? How does the post-pregnancy differ from your 2 births? I hope you are doing well. The C-section incision is obviously completely healed, but I still get like, I don't know if they're real pains or not, but I get like phantom pains. Like I'll get a jabby pain like where the C-section happened, but I don't know that it's like from actual pain because it's all healed or if it's in my head. Does that make sense? Like I wonder if it's like a phantom pain. You know what I mean? But I will get like random jabs of pain, but it's completely healed. It's totally fine. It's just the scar is really intense because it's fresh. And this is something that's weird. Okay, so it's because it's a scar. It's like
a tortilla.
I know, I'm not wearing my tortilla. It's like raised, kind of like if you feel it, it feels like hard. My OBGYN described it perfectly. She said, it feels like there is a pencil right under your skin.
A whole pencil?
A whole pencil. You have to feel it. It really does feel like there's a pencil.
I haven't felt it.
You wanna feel it right now?
I really felt it, yeah, sure.
Okay, Eric's gonna feel my pencil. Right here. Like just rub right there. Don't look, guys, freaks. Feel it. It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't feel like a pencil.
Yes, it does. Like that. Like
how far does it go?
Like rub it. Like it feels like a freaking pen. Like put your finger on there and like.
Oh yeah, it does.
Kind of feels like a pencil, right?
It's beautiful.
No. It feels like there's something underneath it. It's really weird.
That's wild. I can't believe our 2 babies came out of that.
I know. It looks so small for 2 babies to come out of because it's like only like that long. Like how did they pull 2 babies out of that?
They were 3 pounds.
4 pounds. So recovery is, I'm like pretty much completely healed, not emotionally or mentally, but physically. I'm completely healed from the C-section, but from the pregnancy, I'm still, you know, my body's much different than it was before the pregnancy, way different. And it's way different than it was after my pregnancy with Flynn. The skin is stretched out a lot more. My hips are wider, like my shape is different, like everything's just different. But the biggest difference between my C-section and my vaginal delivery, I don't know why I can talk all of a sudden, is that the recovery for my C-section was much more painful, very painful. And my vaginal delivery, I had a lot of stitches. I had a very, very rough vaginal delivery as far as like recovery goes, like a bajillion stitches, like it's a mess down there. That recovery was very long. I feel like 3 months after my birth with Flynn, I was still in a lot of pain. I feel like it was a really long recovery, but the C-section one like was way more painful recovery, but really much faster. I feel like I was better from the C-section way faster. Do you think?
The first 2 days.
First few days after the C-section,
worse.
Way worse. The first 2 weeks after the C-section.
So when you're
way
talking about
worse.
which recovery was easier,
Vaginal was easier recovery in the sense that it wasn't as painful recovery. The C-section was way more painful, but C-section recovery was easier in the sense that I didn't have to do anything. It was just like the C-section was all taken care of, the scar, but like the vagine, there's a lot you have to do to mind the stitches and like all that. I mean, sorry TMI, but like
long term that was
like to go pee took like 20 minutes every time with Flynn's delivery for like a month. It was like there's all these sprays and creams and all these millions of things you have to do, but with C-section I didn't really have to do anything. It was just kind of like, it was, yeah.
You'll have that scar for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I will.
Whereas after Flynn, your vagina went back to normal.
All right, that's all I'm answering for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlogasha from your Meisha, and we're headed back home tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. See my kitty cat, see my Coco, see my Moosey, and yeah, that's all. Bye everyone.
You can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.